is Noreen from Joya Cards, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Yay! For more of my Stampin' Up! Card videos, please click that subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll be notified when my videos release. So, today's video is about the fitting florets, and this is a stamp and die and DS paper and embellishment suite that is not in the catalogs right now. Now it is going to be in the January mini catalog, so these will continue. So what you've got is framed florets, which has a lot of flowers and sentiments, and then Framed and Festive has a lot of the Christmas and holiday sentiments, and then you've got the dies, and the dies, there are really two sets of the dies. I just take my original packaging, I fold over the tab and hold it down with packing tape and put it on my magnets, and they stay absolutely great. So you've got a bunch of frames and outlines of the flowers and some leaves and stuff. So I will tell you this, right now as a customer, you can order this. It was on pre-order with demonstrators. If you're a demonstrator, you can still order it now. So, but it also comes with DS paper. And this DS paper is really pretty, and we'll go over all of this. Now, this video is a tutorial on the set, how everything cuts out, stamps out, how it relates to the DS paper, and just a little information on the set. And the next video, the very next video, so this will go up on Thursday and the next one is Sunday, I'll show you cards that I've made. So here's this beautiful paper. It's really, really nice. And so what Stampin' Up! Is doing is they're trying to have a set that not only will go for Christmas, but will go for birthdays or special occasions or spring. So they're kind of making it so it can last a little longer. Now, another thing that it will also come in with the suite would be these embellishments. These are gold adhesive back swirls. So, but I will tell you right now that the DS paper and the embellishments are only good until they run out, which will probably be the end of or sometime in November of 2022. They will not be in the new mini catalog in January. I don't know why, but that's what they've been doing lately on these in-between sets. The DS paper and the embellishments don't make it all the way through. Now, it's until supplies last, so maybe if they have some after November, maybe, but usually when they do stuff like that, people buy them up. So yeah, so it comes with all those. Now you can choose not to buy the whole thing. What you can choose to buy just the bundle, which is the frame florets and the dies. Now, if you want to get just the framed and festive, you can do that. But the thing is, these sentiments match in these frames. So that's why they're kind of good to buy together. So this is what that looks like. Now, if you go on joyacards.stampinup.net, you can order directly with me. If you're a demonstrator, I love you. Please subscribe. So let's go over some basic stuff. And one thing I always like to do is see how everything stamps out. So here's everything stamped out. Let me go ahead and move everything. So here we are with all the sentiments from Framed and Festive, and they stamp pretty well. So now on my glass here, I don't have to use a stamping pad because these are the clear stamps. So, but if you don't have anything really hard like this, you're going to need a stamping pad. And by the way, I am an Amazon affiliate. And what that means, and all of this, all the description of everything I'm talking about now is in the description of my video. If you go next to the title, there's like a little arrow or show more or whatever. Once you click on all that, everything pops up. And all the links to purchase the Stampin' Up! Stuff are in my video. So if you're not a demonstrator, you can just click on one of my links and it goes directly to my joyacards.stampinup.net. But I am an Amazon affiliate too. So anything you see here that's not from Stampin' Up, like my glass and I'll show you other things like my paper pockets and everything, you can go to the detail of my video, click on those Amazon links, because I am an affiliate, so I'm all checked out. It is completely safe to click on my links. And what that does is help my small business, help me make my videos. If you click on something like the glass or whatever and you don't buy it, that's fine. Because what happens with links like that, if you're signed in and accept the cookies, for the next 24 hours, anything that you order on Amazon, I get a little credit for. So feel free to, do your Christmas shopping. But that just helps my small little business, survive. So anyway, so you can get things like this. You can literally buy everything in my video. So also these stamps here printed out are stamped really well as also because there's nothing really solid. These stamps that are clear really are only good for outlines, in my opinion. Now, these are clear, but the other ones look like these. So these are the photopolymer, and these are just the cling. So they stamp really well. So I'm always honest about how things stamp out. So that's how they stamp out. Now for the dies. Now, with the dies, you get 13 of them. And there are 3 types of dies going on here. The first type is an outline die. So after you stamp something, you can cut out the entire outline. The second kind is they're actually die cutting an actual thing, like a leaf and a twig. So that's the second kind. And then the third kind are these frames. And there's different kinds of ways you can look at a frame. The actual frame itself, the inside of a frame, these are useful too. Don't just throw these away. You can, if you're cutting like in white, or if you need something, an oval, these are good to keep in mind if you ever need an oval. Then you've got an outline. So this is basically the negative for all these. So this one, and this one are all one thing. So you could make a card with this being the front and stamping inside. You can make a card where this is a border, and you can make a card with using this. So there's 3 kinds of ways to think about these frames. Now, the third frame isn't, well, I guess it's a frame, but all it does is make this outline. And you also get these little hearts. And I didn't obviously put all these on the thing. That would like be crazy. But this is really interesting too. So you get 2 things. You get the little hearts, and then you get this outline. So the frames are really quite interesting. Another thing that this set will do in terms of the dies is it will coordinate with the designer series paper. So these 2 dies here, the larger one of these, will fit on this flower here, like I've got on the card. And also the pink one is right over here. So these are the 2 that I found. If you're a demonstrator and you found another one, let me know, because I only found those 2. And then this one right here is the larger of the 2, will fit on another page of the DS paper. This paper here, so this larger die that looks like this, will fit on these little flowers here. And I was able to find a couple of them that fit. One's a little slightly smaller, but that's okay. They'll look like these. So this is how it coordinates to the DS paper. Now, this stamp set, of course, has these flowers and leaves. So it is a coloring stamp set. I mean, you can leave them plain, but I'm sure you want to color them in. So I did 3 different ways of coloring these. The first one I used was colored pencils, or watercolored pencils from Stampin' Up. They look like this. They're in the catalog on page 126. And there are assortment 1 and assortment 2. So they're right on this page right here. And of course, what you do is you color them in, and then you use a blending pen. And the blending pen looks like this, and it's on page 129. It's right here. And what you do is you color in on a piece just like this, and then you take the blending pen, and what it does is it fills in all the little nooks and crannies of a colored pencil. So what I used here is I used Old Olive, Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Night and Navy, Balmy Blue, and that's how I did these, and the blending pen. So that's how colored pencils look. You can also use the blending pens. And the blending pens I've got here, light and dark balmy blue. I've got soft succulent light and dark. I've got light and dark night of navy, light and dark granny apple green, light and dark shaded spruce. And these two are both using the light and dark soft succulent and light and dark polished pink. So this is how the blending pens look like. You can also use watercoloring. So what you would do is you would take a stamp set and use one of the watercolor painters. Now there's a pack of 3 in the catalog. It is on page 129 as well, and it's right here. And you've got like a big fat flat one, and then a medium one, and a pointy one. I use the pointy one like 99% of the time. And all you do is you fill it with water, you open up your pad here, get a little water going, and also grab a paper towel so you can wipe off any excess water, and just dip it in, and you can watercolor with the painter here. And it's really quite a nice way to fill in the flowers. Now, what I've got here are, and by the way, if you're going to watercolor, use StazOn. So use a StazOn ink pad, and I've got one right here, just a StazOn. And then right after you stamp your flowers and leaves, take the StazOn cleaner, and it's on that same page, I believe. Yep, I'm right. Page 129, the StazOn cleaner. There's not a picture of it here, but it's right here under number 1, and it says StazOn cleaner. So if you're going to use StazOn, right after you stamp it, clean your stamp. So take the cleaner, take that scrubby thing that also Stampin' Up sells one of these, your scrubby thing, and clean it right away. If you clean it right away, it'll come right off. You can see mine is clean. If you let it stay on overnight, I've had them stain. So definitely clean them right away. So stamp, clean. All right, and then you can take your pointy one, because I use the pointy one all the time. And this one, I use soft succulent. Here's balmy blue. This technique, I didn't fill it in all the way, and it looks really pretty. So you get that white and you get the blue. The rest of them I filled in all the way. So this one's polished pink. And if to get a darker color, just give it another couple of coats. So, and then evening evergreen. And these are all the colors in here, plus a little So Saffron. And it looks really pretty. Now, there's no So Saffron in the blending pen when you're doing the blending pen technique. Not blending pen, colored pencil. Sorry about that. I lost my place there for a second. So what I used for the colored pencil instead of the So Saffron is I use Daffodil Delight. So there is one for a blending pen. But here is the watercolor technique. So that looks really nice. And of course, unlike this where you're just stamping it out on paper, you can cut them out, because I told you with the dies, there is a outline die. So this outline die is for this. So you stamp and color it, and then you cut. So stamp, color it first before you cut it out is a lot easier. So this one is for that. And the colors I used here, there's light and dark evening evergreen. There is light and dark balmy blue and night and navy, and I'm using soft succulent in evening evergreen, polished pink, night and navy, and I did these all with blending pens. And you're probably wondering why I chose these colors, and it's because on the back, and this is just the folder that I put all my stuff in, so I can keep it all together. But on the main piece that you get when you receive your package, if you use one of these folders, it's nice because you can keep all your scraps, and you can put this folder in the back, and you definitely want to keep it because on the back it tells you all the colors it's using. So balmy blue, blushing bright, crushed curry, evening evergreen, night and navy, polished pink, and soft succulent. are all the colors in the DS paper. That's why I only use these colors, because I'm coordinating it with the DS paper, but you can use anything you want. So this is the other way you can stamp, color, and cut. And here's the whole suite right here. And if you're starting out, if you're a new demonstrator, you don't know what to get. In fact, I've got a new demonstrator. Hi, Kim. Hello. And she got this set just to kind of cut her teeth on everything. And she knew what colors to buy for the inks and the cardstock and the blending pens and everything else. So this is a nice little starter if you want to start out with it set. So if you want to get this, go ahead, go to the description of my video, click on the link, and go right to my Stampin' Up! Page. You can place an order. If you want to get these file folders, my glass, the magnets, they're all in the description of my video under the Amazon links, which just helps me. Even if you don't buy anything, you click on it, you make sure you're logged in and accept cookies, and you can get out, and anything for 24 hours, I get a little kickback on your Amazon orders, and it just really helps out my small business. And so you don't have to buy anything for me if you don't want, just to help me out. So stay tuned for the next video where I'm going to do the cards for these sets. So thank you very much. Bye.